happened, like 2 stompings there, didn't really get going at all.
No, not at all.
So we're hoping this...
I did actually look at those statistics on my
you had a quick
ride.
look?
I did, yeah, the BP, the second map, wow. Didn't expect that to be so underwhelming for Fnatic. The new old Fnatic is back and gone.
Well then. NiP starting on the terrorist side here. 4 sets of armor exist. He's got the smoke, flashbang, and HE grenade, and actually focusing quite heavily towards A here. Doesn't necessarily mean they're committing. They're just trying to get some intel here, get control of danger, and you can see automatically he's got to fall back at this point as they spotted terrorists coming through.
Well, automatic with Skadoodle and Shroud on the A side of the map. They've cleared through danger and wrapped back around to the stable, or sorry, to the hay loft to make sure there's no CTs at the corner, but they're actually going all the way back. Get right still over toward B, so it's just clearing for map control. It's actually peculiar the way they've done that.
Yeah, well, this is, like I said, you don't have to commit. You're just trying to show your presence outside of the map and actually maybe force a reaction with the CTs. Maybe someone's going to push you up a platform or boost in towards drop down, something like that. And now they don't really have much information. So in terms of what's left for Cloud9, they have 1 smoke in the hands of Skadoodle. He's not going to drop that yet. He's got the defuse kit as well. Means he can set himself up for a little cheeky defuse situation there, if required. It looks like it's this.
Everyone loves a good cheeky defuse.
Of course.
I certainly do. Nothing's going to be the one to spot when they arrive. They've crossed over. He goes inside of the cubby, but he'll know that the flashes came through and it's dropped they want. Instead, Stewie has to hold it off. Can't quite do so. Goes down, but look at nothing from the platform. Fires back toward the archway, and he's made it work. He's got 3 kills, finally downed by Pith. And we have to mention in this series as well, the AWP has been struggling when in his hands. Skadoodle, speaking of AWPs, will get the kill against him. Not with it, obviously, in the pistol round, but it's 1-0 Cloud9.
Well, NiP, like we said, getting that control of the map at the start. Back towards B they go. They use this smoke towards connector as well, and nothing. That position can be so powerful in pistol rounds. It's going to be very rare that the terrorists actually have Molotovs, which is what you need to flush the CTs out. He faces with the P2000 at the correct time, takes 3 down, and the round goes in favor of Cloud9. A perfect start for them, and there will be a full force buy here from NiP. No one going to be saving money for the AWP. Normally Forest is going to be on the T side and it's Pit on the CT side, and Forest going all in now with the head armor. So they don't get the bomb down here. Well, it's not going to be a possibility in that first gun round. We'll see what they can do. Pit has a 1 smoke. Default for now. I think we have a bit of control towards drop down for NiP. Well, not quite yet. They're building their way up to it. And you can see 1 rifle purchase in the hands of nothing. 3 UMPs and Skadoodle, he's on the scout.
Get right, trying for the pre-fire to the corner. No one on top of pallets. Boosted to see it. Nothing with the Moss after his good work in the first round is going to sit to guard Stewie, who sits at the archway. Pit Forest. Freiburg as well, all over toward A. Smoke down toward the long corner. Automatic spots that, goes left side of it, but it's still going to be a slow approach from NiP, and this time it looks as though it will be the A site as they start to head down middle. Get right lagging slightly behind in terms of his location. They want to stay silent. Automatic again is going to rotate back for whatever reason. Cloud9's anticipating this to be B because Skadoodle's given up the connection point entirely. This becomes a bit of an issue. Automatic's going to be 1 versus 5 if they're not careful about reading this. He'll Molotov off toward the stables. That'll buy a bit more time for Skadoodle to get back in position, but they're still not getting much information as to where NiP is playing from. Now they'll spot it. Smoke down Skadoodle. He already has to relocate on the scout. And if they get a bomb plant in, if they can take Automatic down quick enough, it's going to be a massive problem. The rotation's just coming in. Good shot from Skadoodle. That will allow more timing because it drops the bomb temporarily. Automatic manages 1. Pith gets the return. Him again, 1 versus 3. They'll get a bomb plant. That's at least 1 job done. And Cloud9's timing was almost too late to get back in toward the A side. They make it work. Nice shot from Pith, but they will make it work.
He
thought it'd make it easier.
Yeah, he headshot Stewie as well. That was actually possible. Lovely shot from Pith there in the 3 versus 1. Actually gave himself a fighting chance, and I can see them in chat like right now talking about it. Nice shot. Thank you. You're weird. I like you. That's a quote from Nothing.
From Nothing.
Yeah. In fact, that was a weird shot. I don't know how he managed to pull off that kill. That's insane. But pretty well recovered from NiP. Like he said, getting that A control. Smoking towards connected. That was the shot. What the hell was that? Dinks to that second player as well. And Automatic doing a decent job to stay alive long enough, and Skadoodle nails that scout shot to buy them some time in the rotations there. So 2-0 for Cloud9. Going to be a pretty much full eco here for NiP. They get some P250s, a couple of flashbangs. I think Freiburg has a Deagle as well. So a chance for Cloud9 to keep their SMGs in hand. Shroud and Skadoodle. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if Skadoodle went a bit aggressive here and tried to get some frags. He won't really care too much if he dies because he wants to get that AWP out. It's going to be Freiburg taking some amount of damage there. Goes down to 22 HP.
Can get right already inside of the drop room. Gonna try and get aggressive with the pistol against Shroud. Doesn't work. Does tag him onto 50. Freiburg will follow in the same footsteps. Goes toward window instead. Stewie's waiting for it with the M4. And it's slowly but surely going the way of Cloud9 yet again. And it'll be 3 straight for them to start things off CT side. NiP's turn to return serve. Now, remember the storyline on this. Neither team made the major. They've already played once in this tournament. It was sloppy. Both these teams have pressure on them to perform. Playoffs on the line. There's nothing. Spots a flash going out toward long. Tries to peek out early. Gets hit by Pith. That pulls it back to just a 1-man advantage, but they're still slowed off. And Shroud, he's made his way toward the broken wall. Gets 2, bomb included. And that'll be the round, surely. Ooh. Maybe not quite so swiftly, but surely Forrest can't do much more than that from range as Stewart steps up and takes him down.
Yeah, lovely stuff there. Forrest with the long-range Glock headshot. To be fair, Shroud only had 26 HP, but it looked quite pretty all the same. So, and we talked about the AWP, and Forrest can afford one now. With that bomb going down and a couple of kills picked up, he has got 5,400. Not purchasing just yet. And there it is. He does buy the AWP, so he's got no head armor. Actually, kind of a big deal against the SMGs and the M4s. So, and up against him, Skadoodle will be sticking with a rifle. So, he has a chance to open up the map here. First gun round coming in. See if Cloud9 can hold on. As they have got one SMG up still as well.
Skadoodle pushed up with automatic.
This is a bit of a bait and switch mentality. One player will be hiding in. The other baits for him, tries to take the aggro. And doesn't look like it'll be successful this time. Although Pitt is towards middle with the bomb, joined by Forrest. And Get Right setting up a smoke now. They could be faking it towards the B side of the map here. We'll see whether they start to commit at all. Smoke towards connector. That suggests an A split will be coming in now.
Well, Get Right. Already down. Has Shroud flashed off. Taken as well by Exist. Who was the man of the match for them yesterday in many ways. As they fought back into this decider matchup. Skadoodle's found Pith in return. Leaves it at 4s. And Forrest with bomb is alone coming in the bottom of middle. There's 2 rotating back from the CT side at long, which can catch them as they're not ready to cover off this angle. Low HP. Good plays from automatic. Finds 2. Forrest does respond on the AWP. Keep in mind, he's wielding it. Flashed off, slowed down. 46 seconds. They still haven't got toward the platform, and Forrest is getting aggressive with bomb. He's going to rotate around. Yeah. He's going to go B. He actually makes it as well. This is smart. Skadoodle's left on 9 with an M4. Nothing is the factor in this with the AK.
Yeah, he's already found a kill, so they know he has the AWP, but they have to be very careful now. They've got an incendiary to use, but need to make sure they give him 2 targets at once. They need to be refragging here.
He's getting aggressive as well. Finds Skadoodle. That's the low HP player. It's still nothing. And he's, failed the jump. Wanted to get toward platform. He's forced up there now with the Molotov. And unfortunately, that's going to catch him out in an awkward situation, having missed the first jump. Don't leave him hanging. Speaking of awkward.
Got to get those fist bumps back. Yeah, nothing. That incendiary actually makes him panic quite a lot, though. You see, he misses that jump, trying to get up. It's a little bit clumsy, and then Forrest is taken down after doing a great job to get the first frag. Flashbang goes over. He's already done a great work to actually get towards the B side, made a very good decision at that point, but it's going to be Cloud9 picking up round number 4 there. Bomb goes down, and with 4th stage loss bonus, NiP can buy into this round. No AWP this time, but a double AWP set up for Cloud9. It will be Stewie and, of course, Skadoodle as well, so they've completely switched up their mentality, and it certainly can be effective, especially against this sort of buy when you know NiP are going to be buying, but they won't necessarily have all the smokes and Molotovs. And Skadoodle, he's been great at this all tournament, going more aggressive these days and hitting the shots that count, and he finds an opening kill for Cloud9 now.
Auto watching through mid-door with smoke out on the other side. Is Pith concealed by it?
It's one of the criticisms we've given Skadoodle a lot recently, saying he doesn't have that killer instinct, he never goes to the first frags, and seems he's actually rectified that, and he's confident in his ability. And Shroud through the smoke, why not? Takes another kill down. That's Pith dropping.
Yeah, he definitely listens to that criticism, because you're right, he has gotten a lot more aggressive in recent weeks, I guess you could say. It wasn't at the major, so it's hard to really quantify a timeline on that. Automatic. Spraying through, nearly getting a second as well. Forrest, he's tagged. Bomb is way back toward Fountain. This is around done. Just walking into the slaughter at that point. Shroud picks up the last remaining kill. 5-0 Cloud9 over NiP to start this off on Cobblestone.
Yeah, they're looking confident. They've turned up the play today in this best of 3. It's going to be 5-0 for Cloud9. NiP, yes, maximum loss bonus comes in, but after full investment in the previous round and no bomb, it should be just a partial by this time. Tech9, some smokes, and normally going towards the A side of the map. We have got a little bit more investment from Get Right there. He's got the UMP. They've got 4 smokes, so you'd presume 4 wall of smokes towards B. Objective, get the bomb down first, then you can push through the smokes with these pistols and SMGs and see if you can catch the isolated CTs behind the smoke there. It looks like the similar setup we saw before with Pit and Forrest towards middle. This is when they did the A split before, so maybe they're going to try and deploy that once again.
Exist. Smoke down, flash waiting. Nothing's going to fall off as well. Yeah, Tim's going to wait. Automatic's going to wait outside. Interesting, his name changed back randomly. It was set to automatic. Obviously on the config. Sets up 2 though, plays window. That baits in Shroud, and it takes Freiburg down. It's Skadoodle to back away. They hear Pith coming up the top of middle. Tech9 in hand. Missed shot on the op, but that's fine. They know where he is. Shroud, surely they would have expected him to go through the vent. Would have heard that blown out. I don't think there was any sound masking that. Pith's actually wrapped back around as well. This gets clever, but he's lined up by Skadoodle and taken down.
Well, there it is, NiP with the identical strat we saw in the previous gun run as well, but automatic, aka Tim now, and he manages to lock it down, a couple of frags.
Tim the tool man.
Yeah.
It's tool time.
I haven't seen that show in a very long time.
Wilson was the best character.
It's true. Number 7, another buy coming from NiP. They said maximum loss bonus, and then bomb going down, and they pick up a couple of frags, and Forrest back on the AWP. Surrounded by 4 AKs, still running the double AWP setup on the CT side as well. That'll be Stewie and Skadoodle. We'll see whether Skadoodle's going aggressive. He is once again towards middle this time. I'm liking this a lot. Nice to see him have some confidence. As he doesn't find anything, but Smoke Tower will be falling back for now. Maybe go for some wall banks here, a lot of players do. And Stewie, just as confident on the other side of the map towards the platform.
Looking for an opening in between this smoke as well to find NiP's burrow. They've yet to go out toward the long corner. Lovely old Half-Life spray. That's an homage to one of the originals in 1.6 as Shroud backs off. Flash through, steps out at the wrong time, gets caught in full duration, has to back away completely from the door with a bit of Molotov in. That's going to bounce, I think, far to catch Get Right. Or does it reach? It does. Forces him back, and Shroud catches him. He's playing an excellent game, by the way, quietly going about business. He's up to 10 frags, leads the way. As Freiburg locked inside a drop, has lost his wingman, and needs to solo it to pick up.
Yeah, idyllic play there from Shroud, and Stewie chimes in as well. They've got another huge advantage here, 5 on 3, but this team has been known to throw away these sort of advantages before, so don't count NiP out just yet.
Freiburg waiting as well with flames down, is going to look both directions. He's stuck inside of the site. He's lost yet another teammate. As Pith drops bomb, he does pull back and find Shroud, but doesn't realize as he's burning alive, blinded, that he's gone and left exist 4 HP, and bomb down again. And this is going to go 7-0 for Cloud9. This is getting impressively overwhelming for NiP.
Yeah.
Depressingly rather than impressively, and on top of that, money's still not great in that camp.
Yeah, this is Cloud9 actually playing a really decent game, and this is, you get 1 timeout per map, and NiP are deciding to use theirs now, and I think it's probably the correct time to do it. Money is in the bin once again. Most of the players are about $34,000 to a $4,000 mark and can't afford an AWP, nothing really working, and we'll see what they decide to do. In terms of what we've seen from them so far, a lot of set pieces. That's been the kind of headline since Fret's now back in. Obviously, he's calling for this event, and that's his playstyle. He likes to have that strategic game, and he kind of revitalized NiP when he first joined and came with these new ideas. But you can see it's a much different playstyle to what Exist likes to deploy normally. He actually is a believer in the whole like fundamental CS and then throwing in the tactics when required. And you can see they are very different playstyles they deploy, and this is going to be interesting to see how they recover this one. Thread is giving them a team talk at the moment, working out what the problems are. I think that at this point, allow it to go to 8-0, get the full buys back, and let's go for a classic round, get the long air control, and then you can go back to the defaults and just try and maybe do an execution at that point, see if you can work a first pick, but they're being shut down by this Cloud9 aggression. Skadoodle getting lots of information. He's either pushing long air towards middle, giving good number of calls at that point, and telling his teammates where they can actually rotate to. It's actually looking very impressive from them.
7-0. Forrest getting vocal during the timeout portion. It's 2 minutes. You've already touched on that. Coaches can call, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But it means there's lots of time for discussion, so Forrest is not scared to vocalize rather than overstep someone else who may want to do so. As I drop one of my chips.
Would you have gone all in on this way?
You know, I never like to be a gambler, Henry, but I do like to go all in.
So I've heard. Well then, the buys start to come in now. 20 seconds remaining on this pause. Freiburg's the first one to commit. He gets the AK-47 head armor. Exist will be joining him, so this is all in by NiP. Like I said, the money wasn't great. It's going to have to be a UMP for Get Right. And once after this one, if they don't win this, they're going to have to take an ecos. They're going to be a clean 3,400 after this if the bomb does not go down. So 3 AKs, 2 UMPs, and they have got 2 smokes, Molotovs to work with here. And maybe something a bit faster has to come in at this point. Maybe straight towards A. Let's get towards danger like they did on the pistol, see if that works out for them. As we get back into it, Cloud9, if you are just joining us, 7-0 up in the first map, the best of 3, move on to Train, and then Cash if required.
Yeah, Train will be an interesting one. NiP, we're good on the very first iteration. I've never really thought they were... one of the better teams on it. They're not bad on it by any stretch. But it's not a map
It's never been their home map.
Exactly.
They can play it.
Exactly. So for it to be second after Cobblestone, if this is the form that they're in, this could slip away quite quickly. We'll see what they've made adjustments for after the timeout. They do bait a shot from Skadoodle. That forces him back to danger. It brings Automatic to the corner, but
wow.
Nice shot from Skadoodle. He does go down. Automatic's baited in, gets one, falls away. And his teammates rotating over from B just in time will mean that they've got to hold off at Stables. And on top of that, they'll play Cannons. A little bit of tripping over each other as Automatic and Nothing are in the same position, but Stewart has slipped in behind. Stewie 2K is rotating around. He's playing with an op. Okay.
This is not
Fair
ideal.
enough.
Okay, let's see what he can do here.
If he scopes, he makes noise, but he'll be able to hit one at least, surely. From that position, if they don't check it. Forrest is still considering it's a possibility. He's got bomb, but Get Right and Pith are still committed onto the A side.
This is so good from the CTs now. They can actually commit fully towards A. Stewie's holding the back lines there, so NiP are pretty much locked in. If they decide to go back to B, Stewie's going to get at least one kill and continue that huge advantage they've got right now.
Push up for Pith. Already in the horse stable. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him kill Nothing because he's playing at the cannons on the other side. You've got to check around the corner immediately. Pith does. Shadow shows. Nothing hits the shot first. Looks for a second one as well behind the half wall, but it's 2 kills in response from NiP. Gets them closer to the site, which is where Automatic burrows in behind the APC. It's left to Forrest, who makes it a 1 versus 1 against Stewie, who was on the flank. Has the AWP. He's got it lined up, but he's got it down without even a bomb plant.
Lovely stuff there. Comes very close in the end. 1v1 with Stewie flanking in. He was holding that back line for so long, and he comes in, denies the plant as well. That's actually a huge deal that he stopped the plant.
Yeah.
$800 per player if that bomb goes down. And with the maximum loss bonus, that means they could have bought into this one. They are 8-0 down now, and they have to take another partial buy of just Pistols and Desert Eagles. NiP looking a little bit out of their depth right now, and they went for that default in the previous round. They got some map control, but they're so slow with it, and they had no one watching the back of B. Like, normally watch teams like North, or when they were Dignitas, when they were very good at this map, they always had a player like Rubino watching the B halls to stop that happening. As soon as you lose that sort of map control, you're not committing quickly. CTs gather so much information if they do push like that, and NiP just could do nothing about it. They couldn't even retreat at that point because they knew that was a possibility.
Stewie waiting inside a KFC. Goes out late. Does cost the fact that Forrest gets Shroud first, but now he's gone to work. He's got 2 kills. Apt, perhaps. Stewie 2 kills, Henry. Did you ever think of that? Freiburg. Tech 9 in hand. Head armor. Who's going to break the shutout, Henry? 1 kill for Get Right, by the way.
Yeah, it's been, to be fair, no one's really fragging for NiP at all. Can't really think of anything memorable when you haven't got a single round. It's difficult to light up the scoreboard, but partial buy the way. Forrest with almost 8 grand, he will be buying the AWP. Nice full buy this time. It is 9-0, but it's not over yet. They can still come back and get 9-6, so let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. NiP veterans of comebacks.
The interesting thing about that is that it is possible, given that the money's not overwhelming on the Cloud9 side, they're actually being kept fairly honest, all things considered. When you have a 9-0 lead and they only really have a half round left in the bank,
yeah.
So they have another buy after this, obviously, but it's not like they've got 11K.
Yeah, so as soon as NiP can win 1 round, they'll be significantly weak at Cloud9 going forward. They've gone for another double orb setup there.
Did you see how many chickens were in that new cubby spot?
I didn't. I'll go check it out.
There's a lot of chickens in that corner. Including Nothing. Go figure.
There's 4 of them.
I think is just waiting as well to see if anyone will push up. It's not common that they do that early in the round, but minute 14. He's at least got information should it be required. Stewie as well playing on statues, hoping that they'll overlook Nothing. I would press E on all of those chickens.
You normally do.
And then I would get wrecked because it would give me away.
Well then, we have got some map control for NiP this time. They have got players towards A and B. You can see on the minimap right now, Freiburg, Pitt and Forest toward the A side of the map. No one overcommitting from the CDs just yet. Looks like it will be a final A play coming in. They have 1 smoke and 3 Molotovs remaining. So, what's the play here? I would assume smoke towards connector, Molotov the bomb site, and try and just refrag together here. But Skadoodle with the AWP top and middle. He's going to get empty for information in automatic on the site, waiting for them, and then the first shot comes in favor of Cloud9.
Shot by Skadoodle at that. Stewie has the other op. Skadoodle looks for more. He's going to transition inside of the site. Needs to be a little bit careful. Flash saves him because it pushes the AK that was firing his direction back. And again, it's a huge lead for Cloud9. And we're about to be Cloud round 10 above Skadoodle. Surely he's got it here. It doesn't yet, but it's forced down. It's only Get Right found immediately after. No bomb plant yet again.
This is looking weak from NiP.
This is very grim.
They just look poor. They just don't look like they have any sort of conviction to their plays right now. Just getting a little bit of map control, running out of grenades, and then running it together in the last 30 seconds, hoping for the best. No one hitting any shots particularly here. Looking very easy for players like Skadoodle, who's in good form right now. Has shown us his best hand and Vegas so far. But they're just running into his crosshairs. I don't think they haven't worked too hard for it. Another partial buy here, and an old classic for NiP. The NiP smokes, they go towards the B-bomb site. They take a fake back towards A. Everyone knows about this now, and maybe it's a little bit of a desperate play at this point. An automatic, relentlessly pushing towards long A does spot them falling back.
Stewie trying to get information by jumping in behind this statue. He's flashed off ever so slightly. Smoke will allow Get Right to fall down and make it inside of this site, but nothing was ready, rather Shroud, excuse me, was ready for it. Nothing can't exist, so that was good relayed information, and Pith is still locked off inside of the E-box. Shroud's ready for that as well. Doesn't hit shots. Dink up, but it's gone through the bark of the trunk of the tree, so it's not significant damage, and Stewart will close it out again. 11-0 against NiP. This is Vegas Squadron all over. Cloud9's a more formidable opponent, but come on. You've got to show up in these situations. This is getting very grim for NiP.
Shout out to Shroud at the moment. 15 kills for him. Actually performing very well now.
Canadian.
Yeah, I thought you said Canadian.
They're the best at Counter-Strike. That's what I said.
Okay.
Direct quote. You can look it up.
Fair enough. Oh, my mistake. And Skadoodle once again aggressive towards middle. Waits for the flashbang to come in, and he's going to be hunting for information. His teammate towards long A as well. They're actually looking incredibly sharp right now. Forest back on the orb, but so far, no one's really got an opening pick. They haven't once had an advantage that I can think of. It's not like it's been all down to clutches. It's been a couple of 1v1s, but that's when Cloud9 have given away their lead.
Get Right in Freiburg. Top of the drop, trying to cover off each angle with the AK-47s. They need an opening. Shroud and Nothing playing together on the outside of the drop room. It's Pith and Forest that potentially could create a play of this. If they can find Automatic, who doesn't have Skadoodle, pushed out at long, because he's watching this angle at mid instead, they have a chance. Please don't walk into that crosshair. I beg you. I was worried Pith was going to do it.
Yeah, he's going to throw a smoke to take that vision away, maybe keep the CTs from rotating over towards the B side. They will be ending up towards B. It won't be a split this time. Actually, all 5 players in towards maybe drop down here.
Double smoke, no presence on A. Automatic's pushed up all the way to the hayloft. So he can actually start to flank out now and get in behind it. He's going to do it too. He's already pushing toward the statue. Now, timing is everything. He'll be a little bit later than what it appears NiP will do in terms of execution. They've cleared the stairs. They've cleared the arch. They've gotten in drop, and Stewie has missed a shot. That's going to give them more space, or is it? Because he snaps back around the other side of the statue and hits it. Shroud's going to follow it up by getting Get Right. Freiburg, desperate to get the entry, equals it up, but it goes back the other way, and once more, it's a perfect defense position from Cloud9. There's no plant there either. That's two plants out of all the rounds they've lost.
I'm sorry, though. There's NiP just... They look like they've kind of forgotten the fundamentals of the game right now. They're taking so long to actually commit and finalize their setup towards B. And at this point, Cloud9 have pushed all the way out of long A. They've got the information they require. Nothing towards A whatsoever. Everyone commit towards B. They've got Stewie hitting shots there. Shroud doing a very good job. And no one from NiP really stepping up here. There's equal trades for the initial encounter there towards B, but then Cloud9 ran away with it. 12-0 here on the CT side. And now a faster A take. You can see it's getting a little bit desperate now, and maybe even more so as Automatic opens things up. It is quickly replied though by Pith.
Decent trade to get as well, because it's Shroud that's inside of the site. It's Skadoodle that's back toward the back line, though it barrels, and he pops out for one early. They know he's there now, that's fine, but they still have to get that far. That'll help. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, because finally they get something rolling, but Skadoodle again controls his angle, goes for the aggressive peek, and continues to play with a confident style as he gets forced. It's a one-on-one, though, and it's Skadoodle trying to transfer over to the hut. I'm not sure he's got the call from his teammate, now does. But he's over to the left because he made himself a little bit vulnerable in that move, but Freiburg was not in a position to capitalize. He's got bomb, though. He's going to back away. This becomes a waiting game for Skadoodle.
Yeah, well, Freiburg certainly with the advantage at the moment, considering the Skadoodle has completely lost track of him. He's had 3 kills this round. He's been fantastic. Freiburg looking to post the first round here for NiP. This will be absolutely devastating if they don't get this one. He needs this. 12-3 is still possible to come back from. As soon as you get to 13-0, though, it might not be the case. 1v1, the bomb will be going down towards B. The clutch begins. Can Freiburg hold his nerve?
He's gone right, not left. Does Skadoodle believe that he's gone behind statue, or did he plant in the lane? Because he could still get to platform if he goes for the safe plant. But he's got a hunch. First check, Cubby. Second, it's going to go straight toward it. Chicken coop. It's Got to look to his left as he does to make sure he's not on platform. Freiberg, he's waiting to control this. That's going to give away that surely the noise cue. Freiberg looking behind. No, it didn't. He didn't hear it at all. And he walks right in with the no scope. It stays the shutout, 13-0. And NiP can't buy a break.
That face just says it all. They look so checked out right now. And Freiberg goes towards the chicken coop, and Skadoodle just walks all the way in with the AWP as well. Such an audacious move to make, and just a cheeky little no-scope there to finish things off. Not much Freiberg can do about it. He hasn't taken any initiative to face at all, get some intel or bait out a shot from Skadoodle. Sits in the back and allows him to just walk up and finish things off there. There it is, little no-scope.
Nice shot and get right at the half wall as well from Skadoodle. He now tops the charts at 17.
Be rush now, I think, boys. Let's just get in there, shall we?
The lowest fragging player on Cloud9 is higher than the highest on NiP. I think the scoreline says enough. We don't need to harp too hard on that. Smokes to go out at long entrance. Again, Stewie from Chicken Coop able to cover it off. It's nothing that gets the second. Flick missed, and Stewie does get sprayed down. Exists with an opening at Get Right. He'll add to that total. Get Right's got two. Finally, NiP have a round at 13-1.
Finally happens, and it's a very simple approach this time. NiP nice and fast towards B, waiting for the initial grenades, and Get Right starting to post somewhat of a performance here. Decent round from him, looking to get aggressive towards that connector position, finds a couple of frags and stops the rotating players from Cloud9. It looked like it was going to fall apart there. Cloud9 actually got the first pick, but a huge deal at this point. It's only one round for NiP, and they get the 14-1. It's still pretty much GG, so this is a must-win for NiP as we go into the final round of the first half. 13-1 in favour of the North American side. Unbelievable.
Skadoodle backs from his original position of aggression toward the bottom of middle. Automatic again will play toward the hayloft and try and potentially... he goes back. Okay, he's going to get aggressive because Skadoodle's rotated over to B early. So Automatic has to play more passive. In theory. Games such as this at 13-1, it's easy to just get overconfident. Rotations to B. Skadoodle, he'll stay inside of the B side as well on the op because Stewie's gone over to the rifle. It brings Shroud back over to Automatic. He's made his way inside of danger between two smokes. They are on the other side of the smokes at long, and he's got to be careful. Shots running through. He knows that they're their spots. A kneecap, but which way does he go? Because if he goes back this way, got the timing just right with the smokes because it dissolves as we just saw it now, and he gets around the corner.
Well, we get to the 45-second mark. NiP did show their presence towards A. They have pushed the CDs back towards the bomb site. That's Automatic back of A, Shroud and Connector as well. They still have three players towards B. In terms of the execution potential here for NiP, they have one smoke that'll be presumably used towards Connector. Molotov to the platform. Let's see if they can find that opening pick, but AWP will be waiting for them.
Skadoodle's AWP at that. Get Right. He's going to push out window and try and hold it off, but look at them go. Skadoodle already with one. Make it a double. He's got them on the way through, but he steps out the mark. Forrest finds it. It's 2 versus 2. They don't know that Stewie's in the side. He's got bombed down. Cubby position, and he just has to hold off, stay alive, wait it out, try and control the peak, or buy time for his teammate. He gets the kill, and it goes 14-1 first half. Cloud9. What is going on today?
Yeah, I haven't seen NiP look this flat in a very long time. They've had their slumps, but this performance is one they're going to want to forget very quickly. Very unlikely they can come back and get back into this game. 14-1 down, obviously have to win the pistol at this point. And they just look like they didn't turn up to play today. They seem like they're focusing maybe a little bit too hard and overthinking the mentality there and what kind of approach they should be going for. They took the pause, nothing really got rolling at all. The defaults didn't really find any opening frags. The set pieces looked poor. The fakes were desperate. No one really performing at all. The AWP pretty useless once again for NiP. I think that's been one of the headlines of this tournament, the AWP situation for this team. Forrest.
It's god awful.
He certainly can AWP, but it's not like it's 100% reliable and not something you can fall back to every single time. He's forcing it a little bit too much on the Z side, I think, but we'll see what happens here. Might as well take the maximum amount of time you can in this half time and see whether you can come up with something on the CD side pistol here. But Cloud9, a huge bed of rounds. I'll just talk you through the buy as we have a little bit of time here. It's going to be 3 sets of armor for Cloud9. 2 utility players, that's nothing and Skadoodle. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs each. A little decoy in there as well. And they pick this up. That's it. Pretty much game over. Get Right pulls up the Julies, Matt.
Yeah, the Swedish Julies are back. I don't know if back in this case is a sign of confident Get Right or desperate Get Right. Pith starts it off well. Good headshot. Has a chance for another double peek, though. Has to back away, get a reload in, but he manages it. Exist is able to slip up, catch him off, automatic, get everyone a return. It's still the advantage for NiP. And get right to where they've made it down drop, and he wants to rotate in behind, but Bomb's not committed onto the A site. Let's go back now. Good find from Get Right to get automatic. Trout's still getting ever closer. This becomes peculiar because Bomb, with Skadoodles rotating back through B tunnels, they've wrapped their drop to get to A. Forest is pushed out, which could catch the bomb, and Get Right searching for Shroud, who's now going to find Forest. So it's going to go, if they find Forest, and should with Shroud and Skadoodle pinching him off, it is Forest in a pistol. He's capable as he dances around to get shots, nearly gets the headshot lineup, but will go down. Now it goes 2 versus 2 with information to NiP, excuse me.
Yeah.
And they're back on the same side of the maps they started out on, so they basically circled each other twice in this round.
It's been a little bit sloppy so far. Forest doing some significant damage before he goes down, but still 40 seconds remaining. No grenades available, and Skadoodle 2 HP. They have got them pincered in here. Get Right, close towards middle, Exist in the B halls. They have the advantage here for sure. But the problem is, Cloud9 can stick together. They commit towards A, and it's a good exchange. Get Right needs to find at least 1 kill here. He's going to get at least 1.
He should get at least 1, and does. He gets 2, and the Swedish Dualies are back. 14-2. Is NiP back?
Not quite yet. We'll see what happens though. Cloud9. Second round, no bomb down. Traditionally, you would force buy into this. See if that's going to be the case. Is it a full eco? A couple of Deagles purchased. They won't be forcing in. Obviously, have that massive bed of rounds. Don't want to give anything away. Finish it off in style. Get the guns out. The objective this round just be purely get the bomb down.
Suns out, guns out.
Exactly. Although it's not too sunny today, it's quite moggy.
It was, yeah, you know, I was in the desert, literally on sand dunes. It was very windy, and it was quite cold at the top of the dunes, I have to say. We saw some sort of bird that looked amazing, and I don't know my birds very well. I wish I did. It was one of the coolest birds I'd ever seen. He was rocking the desert camo. He looked like part of the sand until we almost ran him over.
Don't do that.
Yeah, there's apparently an endangered turtle out there that if you even pick it up, you get fined $15,000 and go to jail for a year.
Wow.
So, didn't see it. Was kind of hoping Paula would accidentally run it over and end up in jail.
Amazing. Well then, not really much that I can do here. Ooh. Okay then. Goodbye, Freiburg. Stewie has deleted him from the server. And it will be a 5-on-4 all of a sudden.
Nade goes in to take damage on Shroud. It's automatic that wants to do the same with the pistols on the other side. Over toward B. Bomb still toward A, though. And a pushed position from Forest in stables, and Get Right rotating around. Stewie's outside the door. Stewie knows he's there. He's heard him, but Get Right's staying aggressive with his push. He's not going to sit on balcony. Question is, will he be vulnerable and open if Stewie gets in behind? Line the deagle up shortly, but still manages the kill. And they know Forest is in stables. Side peek, shoulder, weakened but traded. Nothing's got him down. And suddenly it's all to Exist, as if they finally win a pistol, have somewhat of a hope, and it gets ripped apart.
It wasn't even a force buy from Cloud9. A couple of Deagles. And that's it. Walking along A, Freiburg taken down.
That kind of highlights and epitomizes the entire game in one round.
And Stewie gets into that connector and just completely demolishes them there. NiP, map point. This is a best of 3 to decide a match, so they do have a chance to bounce back here. This is fine normally, though. We've seen plenty of teams get battered in an opening map and then still come back, so...
It's true. That's the beauty of the best of 3 is experience as well. You just brush it off and get back into it. The hard part for me is NiP is kind of hard on themselves and down on their luck as of late, so how much will they be able to come back when they're in form like this? They're not always the team that I count to resilience.
I'm thinking back to the major at this point, to teams that got battered.
The one they were actually... Oh, okay, sorry. I thought
I think North comes to mind. Do you remember when they had that spree of rounds on overpass, and Cajun was finished on 0-15 in the first half. In the second half, he got they didn't win the game, but he gets a few rounds in a row, gets his confidence back. That's a problem here. They're not even having a chance to kind of warm up and kind of accept a loss and kind of get them fragging. It looks like there's going to get run over here. 16-2. Yes, you just need to pick yourself up and move on to the next map, but that would have been nice to pick up a few string of rounds and show you can still remember how to play CS overall.
Yeah, I agree with that. Freiburg gets to the bottom of connector with the P250. See if we can find some headshots in return. They do have the 1M4 that Exists saved. Desperate, perhaps, to try and get this further with the single M4 on map point for Cloud9, a fast map point at that. Good thing I left Paul in the desert. I would have missed this whole game. It's been so fast.
Oh, it's been the theme of today. Everyone's getting battered.
Freiberg tagged up by the Molotov, and that leaves him in the open. Shroud, he finds Exist. It's Pith forced and Get Right left. Spread out as they are as well. Pitt's going to try and watch off toward the B platform. Get Right will rotate around to cover off window. Pitt manages to be successful with the M4 that he has. So that's 1 kill to the good, but still 1 man to the bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're backing off a B on that kill because they don't have the information. Forrest thinks that nothing's an A. He is, that's true, but there's no bomb with him, so there's an opening on B right now, and nothing. Did he just slip by Forrest?
The
he didn't
worst
even
timing
see
in the
him.
world.
Gets through the smoke, and he's going to walk right in, waltz in behind them, and take down a Get Right on the bomb. That's ridiculous. That's another bad timing play. As Get Right gets found in the end at 16-2. Cloud9, that is... I mean, they played great, but NiP played abysmal. That was a combination of both.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Skadoodle opened things up. He came out the trap really hot there. Confident. He said he's putting to a long A towards middle, getting the opening frags that are orb. The double orb setup was working really nicely as well. Shroud, probably one of the best performances I've seen from him in quite a long time. Top of the scoreboard for the majority there. And yeah, NiP just looked so flat. Not the kind of team we're used to seeing. It was like the worst of both worlds, right? They weren't actually going all in on the set piece and the executions. Like we didn't see any wall of smokes, Molotovs and everything like that. And the defaults were even worse. It was so slow, and then they get a bit of map control, but they're waiting till about the 30-second mark in the same position before they actually do anything. They're getting flanked in the back every single time. There's little awareness anywhere, and that is a horrible result there. We move on the train. As we pointed out, Matt, this is not one of their home maps. NiP certainly can play it.
Exactly.
They're in good form. Then it's fine. But Cloud9 do play that map quite a lot as well, and they'll be more than happy with that sort of performance, especially with Skadoodle on a very AWP-centric map moving forward. This is going to be difficult for NiP to actually recover from.
And Skadoodle looking some of the best we've seen.